Welcome to Raw Perfect classes. In this video, I will discuss about PYQ 2023 of Discrete Mathematics. Section B, I will discuss two questions I have already discussed in previous videos. Now I am going to continue next questions. State Euler's formula for connected planar graphs with the help of example. What is a Euler's formula? Euler formula for connected planar graph states that for any connected planar graph, the number of vertices minus number of edges plus number of faces that should be equal to 2. And this formula applies when graph is embedded in a plane without any edges crossing. For example, you have given A, B, C, D. These vertices A, B, C, D. A meets to C. And here B meets to D. This is a planar graph because here no one line which cross each other. So Euler's formula will be implemented here. You can see how many vertices? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many edges? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many faces? 1, 2, 3 and 1 plus 4 plus 4, 8, 8 minus 6, 2. You can see this is a planar graph. You can take example another. You can make a hexagon cube. A cube can be represented as a planar in which in cube 8 vertices and 12 edges plus 6 faces. 8 or 6, 14. 14 minus 12, that is equal to 2. So you can see this is a planar graph. Now next question, explain the following with an example: isomorphism and automorphism. What will be the difference between isomorphism and automorphism? In mathematics, isomorphism means a structural equivalence between two objects. Structure wise they are equal. They have same fundamental properties and relationship. Automorphism means, on the other hand, is a special case of isomorphism where object is mapped to itself. Object is mapped only itself. Simply, we can say automorphism is a symmetry within an object, while isomorphism describe a relationship between the different objects. Now, next, these are the definitions of isomorphism and automorphism. First is isomorphism. Isomorphism means one-to-one on-to mapping between two objects and they preserve their underlying structure. For example, two groups are given, one with the operation of addition, one with the operation of addition and another with the multiplication. One is given with addition and another is given by multiplication. Where function of x that is given 2 raised to power x, which can be used to create an isomorphism between them. The structure of groups is the same, even the operations are different. Structures should be same, whether their operation will be different. That is known as isomorphism. Second one is a automorphism. One-to-one onto mapping from one object to itself. They preserve its structure. For example, a square. This is a, sorry. This is a square in which an automorphism would be rotation or a reflection of the square. When we rotate this square or reflect your, you can see reflection of square same, which would map the square on itself while preserving its shapes and angles. For example, 90-degree rotations of a square is an automorphism. Now, third question is prove that intersection of between two equivalence relations is an equivalence relation. You are proving that if you have given R1 relation and R2 relation, both are equivalence relations on a set A. On set A, then their intersection, when we take intersection R1 or R2, it is also equivalence on relation A. To prove this R1 intersection R2 is an equivalence relation, you need to show that it's reflexive, it's symmetric, it's transitive properties. In reflexive, you should keep in mind all x belongs to set A, means x comma x belongs to R1 intersection R2. And in second, symmetric, for all x comma y which are belong to capital A, if x comma y taken, that is also belongs to R1 intersection R2. Then you can say when we take y comma x which are also belongs to R1 intersection R2, and in transitive property for all x comma y comma z belongs to A, if we take x comma y, x comma y, they also belongs to R1 intersection R2, and y comma z, if we take y comma z which is belongs to R1 intersection R2, then we can say x comma z also belongs to R1 intersection R2. How to prove this? First is reflexivity. You can prove this by this because R1 R2 are equivalence relation, they are reflexive. In this R x belongs to A, x comma x belongs to R1, and x comma x belongs to R2. For example, you have given one relation, that is 1 2 3, and another relation is also given 2 3 4. You have given two relations. When we take its intersection, when we take its intersection, then we get 2 comma 3 is the answer. And x comma for all x which are belongs to A, and for all x comma x which are belongs to R1, and for all x comma x which are belongs to R2, they all are the reflexive. Therefore, all x belongs to x. X comma x means this one is a relation 1 2 3, and its sets will be 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3, and R2 2 comma 3 comma 4, and its set 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3, 4 comma 4. Intersection is given 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3. So now you can see here, this is a reflexive R1 intersection R2. Second, symmetric, suppose x comma y is given, that is belongs to R1 intersection R2, and this means x comma y belongs to R1, and x comma y also belongs to R2. R1 and R2 both are symmetric. When we take y comma x belongs to R1 and y comma x belongs to R2, then therefore we can say y comma x belongs to R1 intersection R2, because an element is in intersection, and if it is in both sets, then we can say that is symmetrical. Transitivity means, suppose you have given x comma y, that is belongs to intersection of R1 and R2, and y comma z, that is belongs to intersection of r1 intersection r2, and you have also given x comma z, that is also belongs to r1 intersection r2. Then you can say that this is a transitive fitting. Thus r1 r2 intersection reflexive symmetric transitivity, so that's why we can say this is an equivalence relation on A. Thank you. If you like this video, please like and share my channel with your friends so that they can take benefits from these videos.